Democrats joined Republicans on a Senate committee to turn back the bill. This is CBS News.
Crystal, the world's most awarded luxury cruise line. Visit crystalcruises.com today to plan your next global adventure. Crystal, where luxury is personal.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Good morning, I'm Emily Valdez. Top local story at 10:30. A car fire is causing problems on the 10 freeway at Fairfax. KNX 1070's Pete Demetrio is there live.
A traffic backup at this point. The fire department in the last 40 seconds managed to knock down the fire, but has completely blocked the La Cienega transition to the eastbound 10 freeway. Back traffic up on the eastbound 10 past Fairfax almost to Robertson, and it's slowing down traffic on the westbound side too as people stop and look at the emergency vehicles that were on that transition and the column of smoke that was significant. First we thought this may have been a homeless encampment of the brush off the freeway. Instead, a vehicle fire. Looks like everyone is okay. No sign of an ambulance there, but some owner has got a car that simply isn't going to be functioning. They're waiting for the CHP and a tow truck. Live off the 10 freeway eastbound at Fairfax, I'm Pete Demetrio, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Musicians say California's new gig worker law is costing them gigs. A lot of them, they say they're losing work because someone wants to reclassify them from independent contractors to employees. KNX 1070's John Baird is live in the City of Industry with more.
What they're saying is that when it comes to singers and musicians and independent producers and writers, the gig worker law is just too vague, and that employers and companies and venues are afraid that they would have to reclassify them as employees, even if they're just bringing them in for a one-off performance. A bunch of them got together this morning at a bar and grill here to call for a change.
With this new law, it's really destroying dreams.
She founded the group Mariachi Divas. They won 2 Grammys. She says the law is taking away opportunity.
People are just going to close down business like myself, and we're just going to say, forget it. We have to go get a job at McDonald's or something, because it doesn't make sense in my industry, especially for a musician, to be an employee.
And she says it doesn't make sense for her either to have to hire all the musicians as employees for just one gig and to pay for their instruments for just one recording session. The performers believe AB 5 should be repealed. Live in Industry, John Baird, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Police are looking for a driver who hit a woman riding a bicycle near Anaheim. Details 2 minutes away. Right now it's 10:05. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5. Here's Rick Smith.
On the 5 north in Washington and Commerce, car and a pickup tangled up here. They've got the Washington off-ramp blocked, and that's causing a little bit of a slowdown from Garfield. Southbound side past Lawson's, where we had a 2-car wreck. Everything's over to the right shoulder. Also seen a backup there that starts at about Washington in Industry 605 South connector to the 60 East. It's a disabled car on the right shoulder of that transition road. It's really narrow there, and it's causing people to slow down. That's what's causing that backup. That starts at Valley Boulevard in West LA 405 north transition to the 10 East. There's a 3-car pileup on that transition road. You're looking pretty slow on that 405 north coming off of the 90 Marina Freeway, and then the La Cienega on-ramp. The 10 East are still mopping up after that car fire, and you're backed up about a mile there on that 10 East approaching the La Cienega off-ramp. In Encino, the 101 east at Balboa, 2-car smash up in lane. CHP is going to stop traffic and run a traffic brake to try to get those cars over to the right shoulder. 15 south at the 10 in Ontario. It's a big rig with its trailer on fire on the right shoulder. Next report at 10:15. I'm Rick Smith with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Sunny today. Highs inland in the low 70s. At the coast, we're looking at the 60s. Breezy in the San Fernando Valley. Overnight low is going to be in the 40s and 50s with areas of patchy fog. Tomorrow, a few degrees warmer. Currently, it's 63 degrees in downtown LA. Van Nuys checking in at 62. Long Beach, 59 degrees at 10:07. A woman on a bicycle was hurt when she was hit by a car in Stanton. The driver just took off. KNX 1070's Margaret Carrero live with the story.
The hit and run took place just after 1 in the morning at Pacific Street and Magnolia Avenue. The woman, who is believed to be around 50 years old, was taken to the hospital. She had a leg injury but is expected to survive. She was pulling a cart with her bicycle when she was struck. Now, witnesses told Orange County Sheriff's deputies that the vehicle that hit her and left the scene was a sedan. Debris left behind also indicates that the vehicle may have been white in color. Detectives sought surveillance video in the area to get a better description of what that vehicle looked like. Anyone with information certainly urged to call the Orange County Sheriff's Department. Back to you.
10:08 right now. Tuesday can't come fast enough for more than 160 coronavirus detainees staying at Miramar's Marine Corps Base.
The Centers for Disease Control says that their coronavirus screenings come back clean. These are people who will be allowed to go home from Miramar Base tomorrow.
People's attitudes are improving, I'll say that. There's more smiles around here than frowns.
That's John McGorry. Today marks day 13 of his group's 2-week quarantine. He's one of over 160 people who were right there in Wuhan, China. Now, he's from Columbus, Ohio, where it's in the 40s today. He says he's been making the best of it in Miramar.
It took me 4 or 5 days to get a bottle of wine, so I was happy. So they all been very nice.
Well, everybody does get tested twice daily. A few people we're told have come down with coronavirus. So far, he is good. He gets final test results tomorrow before, if they're clean, he gets sent home. Craig Figner, KNX 1070 News Radio.
A well-known family therapist who appeared in the 2015 documentary Addicted to Sexting is dead after being attacked in her Hollywood Hills home this weekend. A former boyfriend is in custody. Amy Harwick had taken out a restraining order against the man, but it recently expired. Police investigators say there was signs of a struggle inside her home. Harwick was found under a 3rd-story balcony where she apparently fell. She was taken to a hospital. She died of her injuries there. The former boyfriend was arrested shortly after. He's being held on a $2 million bond. Whale watchers off the coast of San Diego got a big shock when they saw a humpback whale entangled in a fishing net. The captain of the boat tells CBS San Diego he only realized the whale was in trouble when the boat got close.
That's when I kind of realized that this whale was in trouble, and it had a giant green gill net draped all over it. We went from elation to just, almost being completely devastated, really.
The whale was jumping out of the water trying to shed the net. The captain from the company, Gone Whale Watching San Diego, says he's alerted other whale-watching cruises all the way up the coast to Monterey to be on the lookout for the tangled whale so it can be freed by rescue teams. It's 10:10. Authorities in Ventura County say they're seeing a disturbing increase in the number of fatal overdoses from counterfeit pills. The Sheriff's Department tells the Ventura County Star the majority of oxycodone and generic Xanax sold on the street are mass-produced in Mexico and smuggled in. They look real, but they're often spiked with a lethally potent synthetic opioid. Figures for last year aren't yet available, but the coroner's office says 35 of the 170 local overdose deaths in 2018 involved fentanyl or a chemical copycat. We have a crash in Commerce on the 5 North coming up. We're going to take a closer look at your freeways 4 minutes away. Right now it's 10:11.
Ground Game is the latest podcast from the Associated Press. Hosted by AP's Julie Pace, Ground Game discusses election strategy all through primary season. Download it wherever you get your podcasts.
When searching for river cruises in Europe, search AmaWaterways.com.